President Trump has revealed the context of the letter that former President Biden left to him. This is a Fox News exclusive, and let me put this into perspective. There have only been 7 presidents that left a letter to their predecessors, 6 who left a letter to the opposite political party. And Biden was just the 3rd to have to pen a letter to someone who was a political opponent, in this case, a former political opponent. This is history, and we at Fox News have the content of this letter. Hello, everyone. This is Outnumbered. I'm Kayliegh Mcenany here with my co-host, Harris Faulkner. Also joining us, Cheryl Casoni, Fox Business anchor and host of American Dream Home on Fox Business, Jerry Willis, Fox Business correspondent, and Ben Ferguson, host of the Ben Ferguson podcast and co-host of Verdict with Ted Cruz podcasts. Well, we begin with Peter Ducey. He's live on the White House lawn. And Peter, this is only the 3rd time in our history we have a letter exactly like this one. What does it say?
And Kayleigh, we saw the other night on Monday, just a few minutes after President Trump returned to the Oval Office, I asked him if the president left him a letter. He hadn't checked yet. He opened up the drawer. We were only able to see the outside of the envelope that said 47. We can report now, for the first time anywhere in the world, this history-making text of what it said on the inside. The letterhead was of Joseph R. Biden Jr. It said President of the United States. And his cursive handwriting that I reviewed was difficult to read at times, but this is what I got from the letter. Let's read it together. Dear President Trump, as I take leave of this sacred office, I wish you and your family all the best in the next 4 years. The American people and people around the world look to this House for steadiness in the inevitable storms of history. And my prayer is that in the coming years will be a time of prosperity, peace, and grace for our nation. May God bless you and guide you as he has blessed and guided our beloved country since our founding. Joe Biden, 1/2025. And that is it. I got a call that President Trump was ready to share the contents of the letter. We heard him last night describe it as inspirational. And that is, we can confirm the president's assessment. All right. It is an inspirational, forward-looking well-wish, and quite possibly the only time that they will exchange letters ever again. Kayleigh?
Peter, so I'm interested to know, was that the entirety of the letter? I'm looking right now on my phone at images of past letters, and they tend to be a little longer, 3, sometimes 4 paragraphs, going into detail. That's a very gracious letter that Biden left, but was that the entirety of it?
That was the entirety of the letter, yes. Handwritten by President Biden on his personal stationery, just one side of one page.
Another question for you. This comes, and I think this is important context for our viewers. He penned this letter, and I'm wondering if you know the timeline of Biden penning this letter. As I understand, it was on the day of the inauguration. So he pens this letter, and he rides off with President Trump, and then he pardons members of his family in a way in which President Trump would have found out about it in the aftermath of his speech. So it's a gracious letter, but it comes on the heels of maybe an acrimonious decision intended to be shielded from the current president.
And I don't know the exact timeline, but to your point, it's possible that he used the same pen to sign the pardons and then write this note to President Trump.
Wow, Peter, thank you very much. That is history that you just made. Very interesting.
It is history. Yep.
Great. Well, let's bring in Brett.